Namaste. Brief Yincounters are short sequences to get you back on track in 30 minutes. If your body or mind needs a pick-me-up or reset, but you haven't got much time, these may be for you. For each sequence, we've chosen 3 postures with multifaceted benefits to target the lower body, upper body, and spine. It's like a quick charge for your chi. Enjoy.
So when you're ready, coming to your mat, we won't be using any props for this practice today, but we will be starting with just a couple of minutes of quiet before we move into the practice. So finding yourself in a comfortable seated position, you could be cross-legged or perhaps sat up on a block or even kneeling. Settle your hands on your thighs or on your knees, or if you prefer, you can cross them gently in your lap. And then bring your eyes to a close. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, you can just allow your gaze to drop gently to the floor. So just taking a few breaths here, letting go of anything you might have brought into your yoga space. Just allowing your body and your mind to settle. Taking some slightly longer breaths here. Make your next breath just a little longer than the last. Breathing in and breathing out. Bringing some quiet to your mind, allowing some calmness to settle into your body. So just one more deep breath in and long breath out. Blinking open the eyes when you're ready. We're going to start our practice today with a posture which targets the glutes. So the posture is shoelace. There are a couple of variations you might like to try here. The first is to bring one knee on top of the other, so stacking the legs, crossing your right leg over the top of your left, bringing one knee on top of the other. Feet can be wherever is comfortable for you. If you're feeling any pinching or pain in the bottom leg, then you can feel free to straighten that leg. If you're feeling pinching or pain in the top leg, you can try adjusting the position of your feet, or you may want to flip the position onto your back so that you're coming to lie on your back, bringing your ankle to your knee and just taking hold of the left leg. So that'll take a lot of the stress out of the knee if you're feeling any discomfort there. So finding your position for today. Once you've found your position, if you're in this upright shoelace position, just allowing your body to drape forward. We're looking to feel the sensation in your right hand glute. So you may be feeling that here, and you may be quite comfortable to remain here. If you're not feeling that sensation, you may choose to walk your body a little further down, allowing the chest to come closer towards the floor. Head can hang heavy if you like. Close the eyes as you settle into your position. Observing that sensation in the right hand hip and glute area. Depending on the position of your torso, you may also be feeling some stretch in the lower back and coming up the muscles either side of your spine. You can experiment with the position of your head and the rounding of your spine to see what impact that has for you and to find the posture that suits you best for today. And once you've found your variation, just coming to a place of stillness, of quiet. Allowing the muscles and connective tissues to relax. If you're feeling any areas of tension, you may like to try sending the breath to that area. So focusing on that area as you take your next inhale and exhale, and just seeing what effect that has on the tension. Often just taking our attention to any areas of tension as we breathe can help the body to relax in that area. And as you remain still in your posture, if you find that your edge has moved slightly and you'd like to adjust your position to either come back a little or take the position a little further, then now's the time to do that. We have just less than a minute remaining in this posture. So wherever you are, continuing to breathe. And with our next breath, walking the body slowly back up as we move to the other side. And if you're lying on your back, just changing the cross of the legs. So this time it would be your left leg or your left ankle resting on your right knee. Or if you're in the upright shoelace position, we're going to be taking the left leg on top of the right. Position of the feet doesn't matter at all. You can have them closer towards the hips or further out. One may be further than the other. And you may well find that on this side, the posture feels very different. And that's completely normal. We are quite asymmetrical in our build. So just adjusting to find your right position for this left-hand side. And when you find that, allowing your body to drape forward to the extent that feels right for you today. We're looking to feel that stretch in the glute on the left-hand side, perhaps coming down the side of the hip. Some people may feel this also in their lower back. Just allowing all the muscles and connective tissues in that area to fully relax here. And as they do, you may like to walk your body further forward allowing the head to drop towards the ground if that's comfortable for you. Some people choose to rest the head on their knee or even support their head in their hands. Just finding a variation that gives you the best stretch in our target area, which is that glute on the left-hand side. And if you're also looking for a bit of a stretch down the length of the back, then adjusting the position of your head and torso to achieve that. So ensuring once you've found your posture that you come to a position of stillness. Notice what you're feeling here. Notice if there are any areas where you're holding tension. Doing what you need to help your body relax the tension in that area. So sometimes that can be just telling the muscles to relax. Sometimes we need to direct the breath to that area. Sometimes we may need to adjust the position slightly. And when we say we want to be in stillness, that doesn't mean that we can't adjust if we need to, if we're in pain or severe discomfort, or we think we're going to injure ourselves. In those circumstances, you should certainly make any adjustments that you need. Find your new posture, find your edge, and then return again to stillness. Taking a big inhale, long exhale. Slowly walking your body back up. If you're lying down, coming back to an upright position. Just taking any small movements that you might need to here to allow the body to adjust. We can often feel very fragile as we come out of our longer hold-in poses. And when you're ready, we're going to come over onto all fours. We're going to step the left foot forward into a lunge type position. Hands come down to the mat. With both hands on the inside of the left foot, you can adjust the position of your foot out a bit towards the side of your mat. We're looking to feel a stretch down the front of the right thigh, the hip flexor there. So you may like to adjust the position of your knee further forward or back to ensure that you're feeling that down the front of the thigh. Toes can remain tucked or top of the foot can be flat on the mat. And while our primary target area here is the right hip flexor, we can also bring the stretch into the left hand glute and hip by just coming out onto the edge of the left hand foot. So that will help open that hip on the left hand side. And if you wish, you could come down onto your elbows here, or just remain upright, taking the weight in their hands. So just finding your posture and then coming to some stillness. Allowing the breath to help your body to relax here. Although we need to be using some effort to hold our bodies up, we want to try and relax the muscles that we are not using for the purpose of the posture. So trying to relax through the hips, through the legs. Maybe closing the eyes here. This can be a very challenging posture for many people. We carry a lot of tension in the hips, and so just noticing what it is you feel here today. Is it purely physical? Are you experiencing some kind of emotional response? All of these things are very normal. So know you're right where you need to be today. And whatever it is you're feeling, turning the attention to the breath can help you just for these last remaining seconds that we have in this posture. With your next breath, slowly coming back up. Maybe taking a moment to stretch out through the back or hips here. You may like to do a cat-cow, perhaps take a extended child's pose. And then when you're ready, we're going to step that right leg forward, bringing both hands to the inside of the foot, and then making any adjustments to the back knee, the back foot as you require. We're trying not to put all the weight on our kneecap here, so trying to perhaps be slightly further forward on the knee, just above the kneecap if possible. Or if you find a lot of pressure in your knee here, you can put some padding under the knee, fold up the edge of your mat, or perhaps use a blanket. So when the position of your foot and your knee is correct, just opening out that right hand knee, coming onto the edge, outside edge of the right foot. Remembering we're looking to feel some sensation in the left hand hip flexor on this side and the right hand groin, glute, sort of hip area. So a great opening up through both the front and the back of the hips here. So finding your edge either supported on the hands or perhaps coming down onto the elbows. Allowing the breath to guide you to the position that's right for you. If you finding it difficult to breathe, chances are you've gone a little too far and it may be best to just back off a little. Coming to a place of stillness, allowing the muscles to relax, allowing the connective tissues to relax and lengthen. Noticing what sensations you are feeling on this side. Are they the same or are they different? And if at any stage you feel you just need to ease back a little or take the posture a little further as your body changes, the experience in the posture changes, then feel free to make those adjustments and then return to that place of stillness, allowing the breath to be your guide on what the best position is for you today. Just bringing your body back, coming out of this posture. Again, taking any small movements that you might need to just release or help relax through the back and the hips. Before we come to sitting on the mat, legs out in front. So for our final posture today, we have two options. You can remain seated in an upright position like I'm going to demonstrate. So legs out in front, comfortable distance apart. And then just allow your body to drape forward, feeling a stretch through the hamstrings and the back. Alternatively, as Andrew's going to demonstrate, you could come back into a plow or snail position. So to do that, you would lie back on the mat, bring your knees in towards your forehead, maybe resting here, and then using your arms for support behind you, just allowing your feet to come down towards the floor. Only coming as far as is comfortable for you. If your feet don't touch the floor, that's not a problem. You're still going to be getting a great stretch down the hamstrings and down the length of the spine. And for those who are super flexible through the neck and shoulders, you may also choose to bring the knees down towards the floor either side of your ears. Now, not everybody has the flexibility that Andrew does through his neck and shoulders, so please only come to a position that is right for your body. And arms can remain down behind you or be raised up over your head towards the feet. So whichever position you've chosen, coming into stillness. If you're in the caterpillar position that I'm demonstrating, just allowing your head to drop forward here. We are looking for the stretch down the length of the spine. So you will of course feel this right the way up your hamstrings, but we also want to feel it down the length of the spine, and dropping the head and rounding the back will help us to achieve that. So whichever position you're in, we're really getting the same benefits. We're working the length of the spine, creating a healthy tension on the bones of the spine, allowing the muscles and connective tissues surrounding the spine right down the length of the back to lengthen, relax. So ensuring that whichever position you're in, so far as possible, your muscles are relaxed. Settling into stillness here. Enjoying this stretch and noticing the sensations in your body. And very gently, when you're ready, slowly making your way out of your pose, we're going to come back to lying on the mat. We're going to come now into our final pose of Shavasana. Lying back on your mat, arms and legs a comfortable distance apart. Just allowing the whole body to relax here. Absorbing the benefits of the last 30 minutes. Allowing the body to rest. No effort here. Allowing the breath to come naturally. Allowing yourself to enjoy the feeling of calm and relaxation as a result of your practice today. So we'll be leaving you here, but I do encourage you to take as long as you need in your Shavasana today. Thank you for joining and sharing your practice with us today. Namaste.